Hi everyone, welcome to Marianne's Mystic Mentions. I'm Marianne and I'm super happy to be here with you. I'm going to be reading for the first half of the month of November readings. And as in my true fashion, for those that are new, I am going to read for every single sign in the zodiac, as I always do for the beginning half of the month and the second half of the month. And I call my sign of the day my featured sign. And then what I do is I pick a highlighted connection that Spirit absolutely wants you to know about. For some reason, unbeknownst to me, these are general readings. It could be different for everybody, but I do it right in front of you. So, it's fresh off the press. This person or other energy or sign may have a very huge significance to you already, but then again, it could be somebody coming into your life, or it could be the energy in itself that you're feeling very strongly. It could be a lot of that in your natal chart. I then read the four major categories with my tarot, beautiful tarot, divinations, and oracle cards that come after the reading, because they're filled with love and they're changed every month from the beginning to the second half of the month. So it keeps it, kind of more exciting, right? A little more variety, as it were, because that's what life's about. That's what relationships are about. My readings are love connections of all forms, so it's all inclusive. It doesn't have to be just romantic. It certainly could be friends and, co-workers and family and animals and all the variables there. So I'll get on with the reading and find out what the featured sign of Aries, which is what today's sign is. Now, I just want to say, I usually always start with you, Aries, because you are the first sign of the zodiac. You are the leader of the zodiac. You represent the new year of astrology, starting in March, because you are the first sign, because you represent a cardinal sign, which is the initiator, the pioneer signs. They represent the season that starts and kicks off that particular, sign. And that is, for you, the sign in the season of spring. So everything about it's new. And it's this childlike, let's make it happen. There's this spirit, this fire, this ambition, this confidence, this kind of impulsivity, and truth and honest to God. You're one of the most authentic people, like a child. When a child has a feeling or emotion, they're just like, I want it this way, man. Maybe a little tantrums on occasion. I have an Aries moon. I'm not dissing you, not being judgmental. I know how it's been in my life. And it doesn't have to be really strong. It's so conducive to what your other natal chart planets are and so forth. So, having said that, let's figure out what your beautiful fiery, by the way, we had that. I'm actually recording these the last half of the week of October. So we had the beautiful full moon in Aries, and I'm literally still feeling that. That was on the 20th. So what is today? I'm recording these on the 25th. So it was about 5 days ago, not even a week. Oh, it could have power for longer than that. There was other conjunctions, like Pluto to a transformational planet. We happen to be now officially in the season of Scorpio. We were in Libra being your solar polar opposite. Relationships were very intensified and for better or worse. And it was a lot of possibly drama, but just real sensuality with the Venus aspect, and love and passion and art and beauty and sensuality all combined. Powerful stuff, initiatives, new beginnings, new thoughts, new ways to work on our relationships, to be fair, to be balanced. All of those came into the picture. And now with Scorpio, we still have a lot of influence of Libra, because we have Mars, the ruling planet, which is your ruling planet, Aries, as well as the historical ruling planet of Scorpio, which is more modernly now Pluto, once again, transformation like crazy. The depths of ourselves, the most critical part of ourselves, releasing, renewing, re-evaluating, and reinventing, a continuum with Scorpios, I found to be. So there's all this energy, how we utilize it is really up to us. And some people feel it more than others. You may resonate with the highlighted connection that Spirit wants you to know about. Or maybe something coming along, it just depends. I do recommend that every featured sign, whether it's your sun, moon, ascendant, which is your rising sign, the very moment in time you were born, or Venus, would all be applicable to the reading for you, okay? So you might want to check them out. There's just that much more to learn and to, delve into about yourselves. So let's find out what Spirit wants you to know specifically for the highlighted. And then the 4 major categories I read is for the highlighted, but all of your relationships. And then the oracle messages that are just beautiful and love-filled and inspiring. So I hope you'll hang out for the whole reading. So for you, beautiful Aries, it's so beautiful and bizarre in some ways, but not really. I kind of had that intuition in my mind. Long and the short of it is you got Pisces. And I read for Pisces first for the first time ever, because the last 2 readings, beginning of the month of October, the mid-months, Pisces waits for every reading because they're the 12th sign. You're the first sign. You're right next to each other. But the recording just was not uploading. And it's not the first time it's happened. But mind you, we were still in Mercury retrograde. We had about 5 planets that had been in retrograde. One by one were stationing forward. But during that time when they're stationing forward, it's still a little erratic and a little bit crazy, especially with technology, okay? So we're still in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde. And it was in Libra, and I am a Libra, and it's just what happens. I have a Pisces rising to boot. So I said, Pisces, I'm going to read your reading first. And then who do you get? Who do you get as a highlighted but Pisces? So it's really kind of perfect. And by the way, as different as you are element-wise, because Pisces is the 12th sign, the water, the empathic, the sensitive, the creative, the feely, touchy, love, emotional sign, that with you in the fire and just like, bam, let's do this. Let's make it happen. I'm intense. I'm real. I'm dedicated and passionate, and I love fully and strong. And I'm definitely, a caretaker, and I care greatly. But the softening of the beautiful watery element with you just works really well. So I've seen this combination a lot. For those reasons and more, we've got the mutable aspect of Pisces. So they're very malleable, and they're able to be open to changes and ideas, and that's inspirational. And they're very, very creative, as I said before, if I didn't. And that works really well for you, Aries, because you're always trying to think of things and how to better your situation. You could have several jobs at a time. You love to teach and to help. And so the two of you together, it's just really wonderful. And yeah, it gets a little emotional and, and maybe moody on occasion with the water aspect, because, they take on a lot. So they have to got to allow them that time to decompress and re-energize themselves. And I think you're really good at that. You're an independent sign a lot of times, but you do care. And you're willing to let that happen. I've seen it many times. So let's get to the heart of the matter. Let's get to the reading in the 4 major categories. I did change decks, as I always do, from beginning of the month to mid-readings. And now I'm using the beautiful Gilded Tarot deck, which is honestly one of my favorites. I didn't like them all, though. I like them all for different reasons. It's like your children, You have love for all of it, but it's just some things stick out more. But I've always had a really beautiful, the way they feel, in addition to the illustrations that are gorgeous and kind of royal. As a Libra, and with a Venusian planet that rules me, I love beauty. I love being around it. I love being aesthetically, surrounded with things that make me feel good and, literally feel good. And so let me do another little shake here, and then we'll just get started. But so yes, the beautiful Gilded Tarot by Sarah Marchetti. I hope I didn't butcher that. But the overall reading is the first category, or the overall energy, I should say, is what the first category message is for, okay, and what it represents. And this would be what's happened since, the last second half of October, because, yeah, changes keep coming, always a part of life. We can always expect that. But with your full moon and the new moon in Scorpio, now that we're officially in Scorpio season, and the intensity and the psychic ability and the intuition that's strong, extremely strong during this time of the year, every year in October, where the veil thins and we have the ability to really have foresight and insight and listen to our gut and know things are happening and manifesting quicker because of that. And with this influence of Pisces, which is all about that, one of the most spiritual signs of the zodiac. I mean, you love that. It just, you may have that in your chart. Like I said, you could look that up so easily for free and find that out, because it's a beautiful thing. I love any kind of water in the chart, because it does soften, it does cater to your heart, and it does give you opportunities to manifest and see things and feel things that you might not normally do. So your overall energy is absolutely beautiful, and it's the Ace of Cups. So there's that Pisces, or Cancer, or Scorpio. Water element. Beginning. The cups are full. The emotions are full. It's exciting. It's new. It's a brand new transition. The transitional aspect of, once again, Scorpio. The Pluto ruled more modernly. Pluto digging deep. The 8th house, death, life, regeneration. Other people, other inheritances, other people's money, other, government, other things, maybe windfalls coming down. Creativity and imagination, just, extremely heightened at this time. And once again, there's that Piscean energy coming through. Mind you, we do have Jupiter, the benevolent, beautiful planet of luck and opportunity and freedom and expression and magic. Just literally magic, things happening, falling into place, timing, everything amazing, expansion of wonderful things. And Saturn, all at the same time, both direct now after being retrograde in the sign of Aquarius, which is excellent for you as an air sign. Air and fire elements together are very, very magical, and they're very, very conducive for initiations and sparks of ingenuity and, new, fresh ideas, transformation, and so forth. But with that water and that third eye there, the ability to see and to know and to understand and feel just innately is so beautiful. You're getting some information. You want to start something in addition to the many things you may have already going, because it's not unlike Aries to have more than one thing happening. This is more heart-centered, though. This is definitely love. You may want to initiate something with a certain someone. And if it's not a Pisces, you've got that energy of Pisces to allow yourself to go out of your comfort zone, if you will. And as confident as you are, you still may have a little, concern in that area. So that's just believing and achieving your goals and your desires and your wishes and sitting with them and watching them appear. And just, if it's not romance, it's definitely some kind of creative endeavor happening, or something that's really fulfilling you. What a beautiful thing. And I mean, the water element is so strong right now too, so you're really picking up on that. Truth is a huge part of what happens during the time of, Scorpio season. A lot of things we're going to be finding out about that we were questioning in the world at large, that will be revealed. The full moon was definitely a good start, but we have 2 eclipses happening. So the new moon is about initiating, once again, new and intentions that we want to see and, bring to fruition in our lives that we can feel, touch, and what have you. Beautiful, excellent. I would say, to be honest, that although my readings of love connections are of all types, there's a definite strong pang and feeling of romance in the air, and physical intimacy could be happening. Okay, and even if it's with somebody you've been with forever, that newness, something happening that's just sparking it again. Eclipses can bring incredible things into our life instantly, take things out, new beginnings and endings as well. We're already in that, shadow period before that, so I'm excited for you. I really am, Aries, and you love new things. Just making sure you get that balance, which is huge with Libra season. And as I was saying, we have Mars in Libra still. We do have that fiery energy, and we do have the desire to be fair and to be as tactful as possible in the times that we may lose our stuff. It's there for you still. Mercury, the communication, the mind, ideas are formulating and really revving up in powerful ways. So on with the storyline is what, to me, the journey of the tarot is about. just giving us guidelines and some information and ideas, never set in stone, never like this is the absolute. It's always our free will. And you have the second card in category being the possible blessings or obstacles. And you have the Queen of Pentacles or the 9. The 9. Boop. Independence. Grounded energy. This is the Pentacles or Coins, which is the earth energy. So this is being very, very practical. You've got your dreams, you've got your aspirations, but you definitely want to keep it as real as possible. And I might add that the first full moon lunar eclipse is in Taurus, so there's a definite indication here that whatever is going to happen is going to be extremely profitable, prosperous, and it's going to give you this feeling of you did this, you made this happen. There's an independence in this beautiful 9 of Pentacles. And the 9th house is about our dreams and our truth and our wishes, and we happen to have Venus, the planet of, that rules Libra, as I mentioned, which is still prominent in the energies, in the sign of Sagittarius, your fellow fire sign. So there's a lot of possibilities with romance and love of any kind. Love of an idea, love of your life, love of yourself, love of your family, your pets, your whatever. You're feeling extremely appreciative. There's the butterflies for transformation, it just keeps happening in ways that are growing and fulfilling you. But also just, you recognize it, you want to share it, and you want to keep it for long, long periods of time. It's not a fly-by-night energy. And the next one is the 10. It's like the best you can get. So you're just right there. The end of a cycle is a 9. So maybe from being independent into deciding to commit. What do you say, Aries? I know you're a free soul. I get it. I truly get it. It's an oxymoron and a problem. Not a problem, but it's been a concern, I did the married thing, and I'm a Libra, but I've got an Aries moon, so it's a constant freedom, relationship, freedom, commitment, freedom. Maybe you can relate. Let me know. If you have not subscribed and liked and followed, or you can comment anytime. I promise I'll respond. Just make it nice, because I'm not going to... I like nice. That's only the kind of people I really like to gravitate towards me, and I magnetize towards that, and that's the way it should be. Like-minded people, right? Enjoying the spiritual life and the mystical aspects of it and the magic. That's beautiful. The first 2 are amazing. But that's okay, because it makes perfect sense. That full moon was yours. What are you going to do with it? What did it remind you of? What did it culminate for you? Once and for all, to start this new, whatever it is for you. Third category is finances. Whew, okay. You got the Devil. That is a major arcana, and that is important. Because, we get all these beautiful things, we get all the love we want, we got all the luxuries and the material things and the wealth and the houses and the cars and the jewelry and everything else. Are we happy with that? I'm not sure. The Devil represents the sign of Capricorn. We're approaching Capricorn season in another 2 seasons. Scorpio now, then Sagittarius, and then it'll be Capricorn, another cardinal sign. You actually have a lot of fundamental connections and compatibilities with a Capricorn, and yet it's a more challenging energy, the ground, earth elements, and the fire. But we all learn, we all can gain something from the diversity between us. But this is reminding you of the vices or the addictions per se, whatever they may be, yes, it's drugs and alcohol and food and that, but for me, it's too much TV at night. I'm just going to be honest with you. It started last year, and I'm still working on it, but I've come up with something I want to do. I'll share it later. It's not about me right now, but to take me out of that, I love watching documentaries and all of that. It's great. It's very informative, but no, there's so much to do in life, and it's something I need to change. That's an example. Being around people that just are not really working for you. You know that, you've known that, family or otherwise, it doesn't matter. If you do not feel your heart is light, if you do not feel that sense of harmony, and we have times we're not going to get along all the time, but you get what I'm coming from, right? You understand what I'm saying. And this could really affect how you create your wealth in financial situations. All of these things I mentioned could be a block to your successes. So it's just saying, I mean, the Capricorn itself can be extremely successful. And I love a lot of Capricorns. And like I said, that season's coming up. So maybe between now and Capricorn, you're going to have, with the eclipses and all this, it's indicating to me you got some beautiful possibilities and opportunities to utilize. Be careful and be aware of what it means to you and what you consider to be happiness as far as wealth and finances. And don't go overboard. Stay in that moderate kind of balancing scale type of thing in all aspects, and you can't really go wrong. Because you can be impulsive. You know how you can be just like, go for it. Let's get that investment. Let's do your due diligence. I'm sure you do. A lot of you are extremely intelligent. I've met many and known many of you, and so you will, but just be aware that sometimes things aren't always as good, or people aren't always as genuine as you, because you are. You're a very genuine and authentic person, and you believe that other people are. But you just have to be very aware. And that's all it is. It's just guiding us. All of the messages guide us. So when it comes to your practical side and, your finances and what matters to you and what you consider wealth, try not to let any of those other temptations that are not for your highest good interfere, and you'll be just great. Okay? Because you got a lot of beautiful energies leading up to so many beautiful possibilities, right? And then the final category is the surprises and wishes category. Well, there's going to be a lot of surprises. We've already had a lot of them, haven't we? We will continue to in our lifetime. Some you create and you want, Some come out of the blue. Some are because of your birthday coming up in spring, who knows. But I suggest that we make those surprises and those wishes exactly what we want them to be. And that's part of the oracle messages too. But let's see what Spirit has to say for you. Leading you up to some wonderful things, being aware of the things that would maybe block you or stop you from your highest good. Well, there you are. There's the 10 of Wands, Aries, that I know and love, because you carry a lot. You are usually in charge. You are usually responsible for many or even one huge thing. And sometimes you forget that it can cause more problems than not. The 10 of Wands, though, is beautiful. Once again, I don't know how many more times you need to see this. There's your full moon in the background in your sign of Aries. The next one will be in Taurus with the lunar eclipse. Between now and that full moon in your sign to Taurus, I mean, the world is your oyster, but the bottom line is you need to start delegating, and you need to take some time for you. And this is also about your physicality, not a doctor. Be sure that you've taken that balance. This is what I was speaking of. That could, pertain to your practical, physical life, and your day-to-day occurrences. If you are like you usually are, Aries, and you just go burn the midnight oil and just go full tilt, and maybe forget about that step while you're carrying all the stuff into the office or the home, gifts from everybody or whatever, just be very, very aware. And you're going to be just fine. You are not needing to take on all that. You don't need to break your back, literally or figuratively, anymore. And this is the new, improved attitude in life, which has come through for me as well. Working smarter, not harder. Finding new, incredible, intelligent, and creative ways to do something you love, but do it differently. And with the Piscean energy as the highlighted energy, it's there to help you and guide you and show you that. So you go, man. I love this. And just know that if you listen to your higher power and all the beautiful influences that are coming through for you, which is all about your intuition and your feelings and stuff. Yeah, you have them. Big time. It's going to transform that. It'll happen naturally. I suggest that you just allow that in, and it's going to be gravy. It's going to be amazing. Watch for the things that might not be for your best interest so that you can make the bank you want to make which may not be at all what you consider to be wealth. It's all individual. What a powerful reading, though. That's the kind of month we're heading into. They're all powerful in their own way, but with the eclipses and everything, and then the scorpionic, drive and intensity and just power, just plain old-fashioned power. We have so much that can happen, in a short period of time. It's there for us. I'm going to read your oracles that I picked for this month. And the first is the animal medicine cards, because animals are a very, very important part of our life, and they are around us, and sometimes way less than they were. But they have such important messages that they can give to us. They are some of our best friends, and, I dare say soulmates, because that's how I feel about my animals. I've learned so much. It's beautiful, and I love them. And so for you, the archetype for you for the first half of the month is the pig. And I'm going to read to you what that means, because I don't remember. But I know that a pig is one of the friendliest and one of the smartest and one of the cleanest, by the way, domesticated pets, come to find out. I remember one of my favorite books ever was Charlotte's Web when I was like 7 or something. I don't know, 6 or 7. I mean, I don't remember what it says. Let's just read so we can get the full impact of the message that's coming through for you of the pig. Because I am extremely curious, and it's in alphabetical order. Bear with me, please. Let's see. Oh, there you are. Okay, so the words associated, beautiful Aries. Pushing through, of course, standing your ground, and confidence. Does it sound like you at all? I would say it's pretty darn close. And of course you push through. That's all you know. Is let's just do this. Let's make it happen. If it doesn't happen, we'll do it another way another time. It doesn't. Let's do something, right? That is your motto. So, oops. What it says is, no one pushes pushy pig around. Thick-skinned, impervious to insult and negativity. Pig reminds us to press forward and what we want to do and where we are going. It isn't that pig is insensitive or dense, quite the opposite. Pig is guided by sensitivity and intelligence, and has found the magical recipe to be untethered, unswayed, and unencumbered by others' negative opinions and selfish motives. Whether deciding to lay about in the cool, delightful mud, eat with unabashed joy, or run wild and carefree, snorting in the breeze, Pig is reminding you that to be tough doesn't require a furrowed brow, but a dose of joy and self-confidence. Wow. Isn't that phenomenal? Like, I know I've read The Pig, but I just turned older, so I had a birthday a couple of weeks ago. So, it's still there, but it's kind of neat, because then when you read it, you're like, it's the first time every time. It's like, God, I didn't remember that. I absolutely love that for you. It's perfect as far as I'm concerned. I hope you can relate to what I'm saying about that, because yes, that's Aries. And I love you for it. So, and by the way, I didn't mention, but I have so many Aries friends, and I really admire and appreciate you. I'm sorry, I just shook the camera. We're going to go on to the next oracle, which is an oracle of the moon and the resonance and the feelings, because I'll tell you, we all get affected by that. By all means, the tides are controlled by the moon. A lot of people say, I didn't really sleep. I don't know. It was a full moon or a new moon, trust me. And the energies and the ideas and the things that come through, and we're mostly water, so of course we're feeling it, and I love that. And so I just want to know now, with the new, beautiful 2 eclipses coming, starting at the end of November, I want to know what each one of us and what our moons are kind of feeling, what they can reveal for us as well. So let us pick it. A time for healing. Okay, well, that full moon might have really just kind of just blown things up and brought things up and brought it out to the open. And you're like, oh my gosh, okay, now let's deal with it. Prior to that, though, with the healing energy of the beautiful scorpionic water sensitivity, you know, and just the time of year with this, you know, October, the thinning of the veil. There's Neptune's in Pisces, so Pisces is healing, and it's our bodies, our mind, our souls, you know, eternity. Balsamic moon, the new moon, which is happening on the 4th of November. Write those intentions out, and if something came up that was just really intense for you, because it was very much predominantly affecting relationships with Libra season, and you know, you being the polar opposite and magnetizing energy of Libra, all about relationships, love, you know, common ground, compromise, all of the beautiful aspects that those two bring to each other. It's a time for healing after that, you know, and it's good to have that happen. It's how we grow. It's how we transform, and how we get to the next best place for ourselves. Look at that beautiful illustration. So you're right there now, and it makes sense. So like I said, we're about a week out from the full moon, not quite, and the new moon's on its way. So you've got, something important happened, and it doesn't have to be devastational, but it's still a time for healing, regardless, good or otherwise. So the final category for you beautiful Aries, and if you have not had a chance to follow me by subscribing, I promise I won't send you a bunch of stuff. You don't get charged for anything. This is all free. I'm doing this because I love you, and I enjoy this. I've done it for 30 plus years, only on YouTube for a couple, but I've been reading for about 30 years, and so yeah, just thumbs up if you like it. Just push that thumbs up once. That's all I need, and YouTube loves it. They help to, what is it, the algorithms, you know, that whole technical thing that I'm not great about, but I understand enough to know that it's important and it matters, and I love your support. So finishing your reading for the first half of November is, a couple of these fell, but that's okay. Every one of these are great. These are the oracles that represent manifesting the life that you want, that you choose, you know, purposefully, by putting out those emotions, which you have in spades, right? And feeling it with everything you have, so that that last ingredient for the law of attraction to actually become a tangible, recognizable life and manifestation for yourself, which I'm seeing it really powerfully coming through with your reading. So for you, beautiful Aries, and all your relationships in your life, and there's the fruit of the gods of life available to us, you know, the garden of plush and abundance that you work for, and you diligently put all that effort into, and you're reaching the benefits and feeling them. The more I attune my energy with appreciation, the more the universe will deliver. Absolutely. This is also an affirmation or a mantra, whatever you choose. Take a snapshot and just say it over and over, and know it, and fully immerse yourself in that energy. And that's what comes about. So I hope you enjoyed this. I love reading for you. I think it's an amazing reading, and it has its dynamics and its diversity for sure, but it's really positive in many ways. And I look forward to hopefully having you come back for your mid-month readings. So until then, take great care of yourself. Bye for now.